Jan Nepomniachtchi and Ding Liren entered the tiebreaks on day 22 with 7 points each and a hunger to win the world title. First on the menu was 4 rapid games with 25 plus 10 on the clock. No world championship match has ever gone to blitz before. Perhaps this would be the first. Ding got white in the drawing of lots yesterday and started off with D4. The opening followed a game of Ding's second, Richard Rapport, shortly after a pair of minor pieces were exchanged, and white got a slight edge in the middle game after queen takes d4. Ding had space, and eventually maneuvered his knight to d6. Jan found a rook lift idea, which only made sense after the b-pawn was traded, exposing black's queen to the c3 rook. Jan offered a queen sacrifice, all while creating mating threats on the king side. If rook takes queen, there was an amazing knight f3 check, and if bishop takes knight, bishop takes bishop, and it was impossible to stop mate on h1. But Ding defended well, and after the queens were traded, the game soon led to a draw. In game 2, Jan stuck to his usual d3 Rilo pairs. There was immense tension in the center which favored white after e5. And in order to maintain the advantage, he had to retreat the dark squared bishop by playing bishop g3 instead of trading on d6. After knight f4 and the queen trade, things simplified and the position became drawish, with the rook and minor piece ending. Ding did not make it easy on Jan in game 3, introducing the reti to this match. By starting off slow, he was able to define the structure, but he was surprised by the theoretical knight f4 from Nepo. It took Ding 2 minutes to decide to capture on f4, which forced a queen trade on d2. White has an advantage in development for the bishop pair. After a trade of minor pieces, the endgame did not gain too much momentum, and after that the game ended in a draw by repetition.
The match is still tied at 1.5, 1.5, and this final game 4 in the rapid could determine the world champion. Everything coming down to this one game. Is Jan going to be able to do it? Finally defeat Ding's shaky Ruy Lopez that he keeps coming back to. Okay, so let's sum it up. I mean, basically the first person to deviate from their other game was Nepo when he played this move knight c3 here. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And then Ding played rook b8, so he's attacking the pawn, and Nepo played bishop b1. Now, I mean, we gotta say first of all, can we just explain to the viewers something about this move, because it looks so strange, right? This is not the kind of thing you see every day, like a bishop going to the back rank, like staring into a pawn. I mean, I suppose you're opening up the rook so you can take on a4. That must be the main idea.
Yeah, exactly. There is basically no other way for white to attack the pawn on a4.
Okay.
And Ding goes d5.
Yeah,
okay.
d5 lets us know that, of course, there's not going to be some g5 in the position, because now the center is too open for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. When they trade, doesn't that actually make it, whoa, doesn't that make it easier, Daniil? Like I was gonna say, like after the trade, doesn't that make it easier to finally improve our bishop on b1, like this guy? And that's kind of why I wasn't.
Well, I kind of see the reason.
He wants to go f5.
Yeah, I mean, I get it completely. I mean, I see what you're talking about, and
Yeah.
I see like this weak engine being a little bit unhappy with Ding's decision. But this I can get like easily. Your bishop on d5 is brilliant. And whenever you lose the a5 pawn, I mean, you'll go queen g6, you'll have some attack. Rook f6, rook g6 is coming. This is very understandable to me. He did what? He took on c3 and took on c4?
Whoa.
Okay, I mean,
Okay, don't try to
I'll
tone down your surprise, Daniil.
Yes, I'm very surprised, and I'm going to keep silence for like a minute straight,
Yeah.
maybe.
Let me try to explain this move. So wait, let's just see what happened. He made a trade of knights, and then he's taking this knight, which admittedly looks like, I mean, it's not a bad knight. It's obviously a nice looking piece, but giving up your bishop for it when you're gonna have this guy left and a bunch of pawns and dark squares certainly looks a bit unusual. On the other hand, this bishop is still pretty terrible. I mean, I don't really think that black can be worse here unless white like manages by miracle to like get his bishop to some way better square. Yeah.
I would not be surprised if white is like even on a better side.
Okay, Ding is going f5. Of course, he needs to do something.
Yeah, this was my point of
Yeah.
d8 actually. I wanted to play f5 the very next move.
Yeah.
Both players shifted their rooks to better squares, including Jan's attempt to activate his rook via the second rank. He implemented a few defensive ploys on the king side with g3 and an eventual queen f3.
And I basically go e4 next as black.
Mm-hmm.
He played e4. Okay. Why is he so, fast?
Well, they're playing a rapid game, and I guess they don't want to get too low on time. So he went for e4. Yeah, what is the idea? The idea is that he's going to get this discovery on the queen.
Yeah, but
stopping
what's...
queen d5, so pawn takes.
Yeah, pawn takes, so what?
And where do you want to go? Queen g4 or?
What's the point even? He probably wants knight e5. Okay.
Oh, so Ding, okay, he went knight e5. He realized that he needed to do that.
Yeah.
I think Jan agrees with that move.
Ding played knight e5, and after queen g2, he played knight d3.
Okay,
So-
there you go. He took the knight.
Yeah, so finally, and Ding is always trying to calculate everything and, be sure. And then this match goes and goes, and Jan, at the end of the day, gets to force Ding into some troubles, time troubles. Okay, queen takes c4 played.
Okay, so we're getting to a little bit more of a simplified position.
Jan did not play the accurate rook d2, but instead he played the more passive rook a1. And after h6, Jan jumped into black's position with queen c6.
There is queen f7 or rook f7?
Rook f7, yeah?
Yeah, so queen c6.
Okay.
Okay. Still looks unpleasant.
Ding is under 4 minutes. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a really tense, like 15 minutes of chess coming up right now.
Oh, probably less, no? He could
Okay.
just blunder.
How about queen e2, Daniil?
Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah, exactly. And then after bishop e3, you actually have rook takes f2, maybe.
Yeah, just the little trick is that I'm threatening this, and when you take my rook, I like win your queen. And he went rook f7.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were thinking bishop e5 or queen d5, but this also protects the bishop. Okay, I mean, I would say that looks quite reasonable, no?
Well, it's a bit passive, right? But yeah, sure. But in
Okay, so Nepo just played queen e2.
queen d7.
Sorry, queen d7, and yeah,
And now we can play queen e2.
queen
actually.
e2.
It's
Yeah.
funny that it's actually exactly the same square, right? It's
Yes.
like full symmetry.
Yeah, Ding is going to want to get out of that pin, and he
Yeah.
finds it. Very nice.
Okay.
And right now, Ding is up a pawn, but I guess we don't really count this, yeah? I mean, if we want to, we can.
Yeah, and then
can take it.
there's actually bishop e1. You better watch out.
Oh, wow. You're coming for this pawn. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I start to have this really bad feeling. Bishop b4, he's playing for a win. No, this is not how you're supposed to handle this, I think.
Well, it's one of the two ways to play for a win. The other one was to play rook f7 after king d5, but I guess obviously rook is better. The king is more safe on h7, so I decided to play for a win. It was because when I play bishop b4, I realized that I could play for a win, because if we take on c5, I can play bishop e1 and did not exchange the bishop. If you got the chance, I think you need to save it.
Although Dubov has his concerns, Ding is down to only 1.5 minutes versus more than 4 minutes for Nepo. Ding is playing really well. Jan repeats moves, and a draw seems inevitable.
Seems like a draw is very likely. Here we go. I think they're going to repeat moves.
Yeah.
Do you think that's where we're headed, or you think Jan is going to continue on?
No, I think, I don't know. It really depends. But I think he will probably repeat.
All right, I think they're going for that repetition, guys. Well, wait, something really good is going to happen in a couple of moves.
I mean, okay, you're not going to play rook g6 here, right?
I don't know.
What?
I don't think he's going to gamble.
Oh, come on.
Oh, wow. Wow, okay.
Okay, but now queen f5, no?
Oh, actually, Ding is going for the win.
He
Okay,
goes
he will go
c4.
C4,
Ah,
okay.
and he wants queen g3. Oh. Well, once again, I must say, I don't like this as a concept. But I must admit, well, sometimes it becomes so obvious to me that this man is brilliant. I mean, sometimes he plays badly, but to have like both the guts and the chess talent to actually try rook g6 followed by, you know, c4 and queen
yeah.
d3, and Nepo is now under 2 minutes too.
All right,
He
h4,
plays
yeah,
h4.
queen d3, sure.
Okay.
There's no way, I mean, he can't really trade the queens, right?
Yeah, but let's
offer up
go
some
to
trades.
let's go to g6.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what he does. So he wants to have rook c6 too. Wow,
Wow.
I must say, yeah.
This is just so crazy.
Yeah. It's like either beautiful or absurd, I'm not sure. Like a bit of both. Nepo is under 1 minute, okay.
Yeah, he's
Let's
under a
just-
minute, down a
let's-
pawn.
At this point, the audience couldn't keep their eyes off the screen as players went into a time scramble, and with it came the need to be incredibly accurate. There was a small window for Ding to push his passed pawn, and instead opted for a rook trade on d6.
He played rook d6 instead of c2.
Okay, now we take, now we take, we're kind of back to some extent.
Okay, taking though is not an easy decision for white either. He might just not have a choice, right? He might
Yeah,
just
I
not
mean,
have a
exactly,
choice.
what else can you do?
Yes. Yes,
takes.
he took.
Queen takes.
Okay, queen
Okay.
e4,
Queen g6.
queen g6. The problem is, okay, it's like now white's tricks are sort of running out and it's still very unpleasant to play.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's not easy for black to make progress.
Because even if he pushes this pawn, he doesn't really have a rook that can like now support it going to c1.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're back to a draw being the most likely
Wow,
outcome.
that would be still insane even if that happens.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Queen b1 check.
definitely the most exciting minutes of this match taking place right now.
Well, for now, but more,
For now, up to
more,
this point.
more to come, I suspect.
So you think that despite the engine bar, white still got some practical drawing chances here.
Yeah. Queen g6.
Queen g6. The problem is, okay, it's like now white's tricks are sort of running out and it's still very unpleasant to play.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's not easy for black to make progress.
Because even if he pushes this pawn, he doesn't really have a rook that can like now support it going to c1.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're back to a draw being the most likely
Wow,
outcome.
that would be still insane even if that happens.
Okay, so he went a4. So now bishop d4 seems to be saving white. He also
Because you're basically going to get that pawn or something, and threatening
yeah,
stuff
but
on g7.
but he will play it. He doesn't
He'll
have.
play it because he doesn't have anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the moment you can see you can get some attack on g7 and you're not losing, yeah, you're going to do
Yeah.
that move. I agree. And I mean, on c2, there's like queen d3, so he did it.
Okay, bishop
Yep.
d4 played.
Okay. Wow. All right, a3. Oh, he had, like, is this the only way to play? I mean, isn't there anything else?
Yeah, but then it's very hard to believe bishop takes g7.
Is a draw, right? It's like
Yeah.
you have to calculate. He
but
doesn't
you
have a lot of
probably
time.
you probably go.
Yeah, he played queen c7. Wasn't much
Okay.
time.
So now queen g6.
Oh, is he losing that endgame after queen g6? Like you can't take on c3. Is there a2 or something?
Well, let's have a look. Bishop takes c3.
Okay.
It has to be just takes and a2.
And a2 and the pawn
And then we
promotes.
kind of lose it, you know, slowly.
Wow.
Queen b1 and
Wow.
okay, queen c4, good move.
Okay,
You,
queen
yeah,
c4.
you got a fight. c2, also good move. Bishop e3. Okay, they're playing well.
Well, black's pawns are getting further advanced, so this is looking very scary, but okay, for now,
Bishop D6.
you're kind of holding it.
Bishop D6, King G2. Okay, I guess now he can actually play A2 and then Queen E4. Ah, no, he cannot, okay. It's not yet simple, actually. It's not simple at all. You gotta play something quiet. The good news for Dink is that white cannot really attack anything, sort of. So he can basically gain some time.
Yeah.
And then figure it out. But
yeah, white's got to stay with these pieces here, right? That's basically their best positions. Like you're holding that A pawn, you're holding the C pawn.
Yeah.
But
what about A2? So let's say we go A2.
Queen takes, and
Yeah,
what do you want?
Queen E4 check.
Yeah.
Ah, it is H5. Okay. Okay.
H5 right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
H5 played by Dink. I think this was the best move.
Yes.
And King F1, Bishop E5. Okay. Ah, so he wants to do it in a primitive way. So he wants to play Bishop B2, then he wants to play C1.
Bishop takes and Queen B1.
Yeah, like then you get A2, Queen B1 kind of thing. Probably.
Well, I think it makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Bring the
Yeah.
bishop here. I mean,
Jan goes G4.
wow. Going.
Well, I mean, G4 is a very bad sign. G4 is basically quite pathetic. And now you lose like most of the endings. Yeah, H5, Queen F5. Okay.
Yes, I think you know.
Some
I think we're not going to be going to blitz tie breaks. Yeah.
But it's not over until it's actually over. Remember.
Okay.
Okay, now G3 looks good. I don't see what could be wrong with G3.
G3.
Ah, G3 F4 is his last trick. All right.
And even that, yeah, I don't even know
Yes.
if that's like a trick, but yeah.
Yeah, now something like A2 looks very good.
Yeah, at some point. those
Yeah, I
pawns
must
are just
say now.
running.
Yeah, I must say now. I was saying this like all match long, but now I'll say it. I think this is the end. And he played A2.
Wow, and
I
those
think-
pawns are promoting.
I think it is over.
Yeah, yeah,
We
gonna
are about to
see something very historic, and also
Yeah.
and also certainly very sad for one of the players.
Yeah, I mean, given
yeah.
Jan's reaction, you can get it.
Yeah, he knows it's over.
Yes.
And now what do we do? Just play bishop takes f4, and the whole position is collapsing.
Yeah, now Dink
Wow.
Liren is the new world champion. Wow.
Wow, that was an extremely
Also,
emotional day.
And also look at his reaction, right?
Yeah. Wow.
Well, got a clap, right?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, but listen, given Dink's state, I am not sure we'll not have another world champion next 10 minutes, no?
Yeah.
No, but he is literally...
Yeah. No, the players I think are just heroes, you know?
Yeah.
For kind of going through this for the last 3 weeks. I mean, you can see how much it has taken out of them.
Yeah. No, this was just unbelievable, honestly. Like, the whole match, I was
But
like...
I mean, you know what? I kind of feel like that a person who plays rook g6, he did do something to get that win. That was special.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. This game exactly was this like good old thing that we remembered. Like playing rook g6, being like under 2 minutes, playing for a win no matter what. It was a very, very impressive.
It was an emotional evening for Ding and his team. It definitely showed throughout the press conference.
Jan resigned the game. It was a very emotional moment. I cannot control my moods, my feelings, and yes, I know myself. I will cry. I will burst into tears. Yes, and yeah, it's quite a tough tournament for me. Yeah, I would like to thanks to my friends.
Well, I guess I had every chance. I mean, I had so many promising positions, and probably should have tried to finish everything in the classical portion, because once again it was, I guess, a matter of 1 or 2 precise moves. both in round 12 and round 14 as well. But yeah, once it it was a tiebreak. Of course, it's you know, it's always some sort of a lottery, especially after 14 games match, and yeah. So probably my opponent made the penultimate mistake. So that's it.
Yeah, I feel good. I think it will inspire a lot of Chinese young players to play chess, because the tournament, I guess, was followed by many spectators around China. This was the match. It reflects the deepest of my soul.
Ding is officially the 17th FIDE world champion and the first ever Chinese player to win the world title.